great. I don't know if it's going to be better this time or not. The first time I've done a handheld with just the iPhone, handheld live. So Biden is out. Biden is finito. And by the way, I'm hiking. I'm wearing my Limmer hiking boots. I think you could see them there. And I got a text a little while ago from a friend saying that Biden is throwing in the towel. He's finished, finito, kaput, washed up, done. And this is interesting because this just reinforces that politicians don't tell the truth. They don't tell the truth. He has been saying for quite a while now that he's not going to give up no matter what. He's in for the duration. He's the only one that can beat Trump, et cetera, et cetera. He will not quit. He's not a quitter. If he gets knocked down, he gets back up. That's his nature. He's all that in a bag of chips. And now he's throwing in the towel. He's quitting. So clearly he was lying. Either then or now. Maybe he'll change his mind and not quit. That would be funny. Oh, I'll take it back. I wouldn't put it past him. But anyway, yeah, this is interesting. Interesting times. I don't really care because I'm a Bitcoiner. See, I have Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is outside of the system. And really, no matter what happens, everything, we have a saying in the Bitcoin community that everything is good for Bitcoin. So this is good for Bitcoin. Everything's good for Bitcoin. So I think what happened was the thing that happened in Butler, Pennsylvania, when that nut job took a pot shot at Trump. I think that gave Trump another boost. He had a boost from the debate where Biden was just a total disaster, absolute unmitigated disaster. Everybody says it. Left, right, center. Everybody says that was a total disaster. But anyway, so that gave Trump a boost. And then him getting shot and immediately getting up and giving that symbol with his fist, fight, fight, fight. Most experts say that gave him a boost. And so Biden, his re-election campaign was just falling apart. It was going to be a disaster. He was going. Most experts think he was going to be annihilated in November, come election time. And so there's been a lot of pressure on him to back out, to give up, to throw in the towel, to quit. Of course, he's been saying, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm in here. I was the one that won the primaries. I'm the one that got the delegates. I'm the one that the people want. And I'm not going anywhere. He said it repeatedly. Even when people like Nancy Pelosi were saying, it's his decision. Well, he had already made his decision. He had already said he's staying in. So obviously they leaned on him. They probably promised him a library, a presidential library, and like $100 million to fund it, something like that. And some bogus, nonprofit operation so they can fly around in private jets and, get rich like all the ex-presidents do. I think they say Obama's worth $100 million now. Wonder where all that money came from. So anyway, this is what it is. It's a corrupt system. It's a system where the bigger the government gets and the more powerful the government gets, the more these, bless me. The more these corrupt individuals can pile up the cash, okay? So around the Washington, D.C. area, we have 8 of the 10 richest counties in the country, right around Washington, D.C., Montgomery County, Loudoun County, Fairfax County, Prince William County, Howard County. All these counties are very wealthy because of all the lobbyists and other people that are connected with the government that are basically feeding, at the trough, on the government dole, if you will. And that's a lot of money. There's a lot of money involved in these big wars like Ukraine. A lot of that money gets siphoned off, and they can have these incredible homes. Some of these people have incredible homes on Georgetown Pike there in McLean. The Kennedys have an unreal complex there in McLean. All these rich families, all these mega billionaire families, a lot of them got their money feeding off the government one way or the other. Even Elon Musk, a lot of his money has come as a result of government contracts and various things where he's involved with the government. And the government, of course, giving incentives for people to buy electric cars and all this nonsense. So these people get wealthy, right? So there's a lot of money involved. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to pay off Biden. He's going to get himself $100 million, maybe $200 million to get started. And he'll fade into the sunset. His whole crime family, it's not me that calls it that. People call it the Biden crime family. They're going to all have a payday, right? Because they need to all be taken care of, because none of them have any real jobs. None of them are real productive individuals. That goes for all of these politicians, except for Trump. He's built a lot of things, right? That's why he's kind of different, is he's actually worked and built things. And same thing with his vice presidential candidate, Vance. He's actually done things. And so, and what a contrast. You look at that, the end of the Republican thing, the convention where they had his extended family, Trump's family, up on the stage. What a contrast to compare them to Biden. Biden's family is a disaster, right? Trump's family, they all look great. They all look like movie stars, for gosh sakes. They've all got heads on their shoulders. They're all very smart. They're all successful. Even his little granddaughter that gave a speech, she's a great golfer, I understand. Like a really good, like she could go pro, right? And so these are all accomplished, smart individuals that go to great schools. They're well-dressed. They carry themselves nicely. They're polite. They're just good people, good, solid, wealthy people, if you will. But they actually do things, right? They actually build businesses and so forth. So quite a contrast between them and a lot of these other political elites who, like Biden, has never had a productive job in his life. So it's interesting times. But again, I don't care one way or the other. It doesn't matter to me who wins the presidency, because I own Bitcoin. And everything is good for Bitcoin. The Democrats are good for Bitcoin. The Republicans are good for Bitcoin. The independents, the moderates are good for Bitcoin. Everything is good for Bitcoin. So, and of course, Bitcoin's worldwide as well. So if the United States screws up and doesn't embrace Bitcoin, which people are saying that Trump is going to be at the Bitcoin conference in Nashville next week, and that he's embracing Bitcoin because he wants it to be, quote, made in America, right? So I guess that means he wants a lot of the Bitcoin mining to take place in the United States of America and a lot of the development and so forth, which is a smart play. But even if he doesn't do that, it doesn't really matter, because it'll go elsewhere, right? This is a worldwide phenomenon. So it's all good. I'm relaxed. I mean, a lot of these Democrats and some of the Republicans are really wound up real tight, right? They're really worried about this whole election thing and everything, because I guess they don't own Bitcoin. Because those of us who own Bitcoin, we really don't care. We're out here hiking, getting a good exercise in. I'm going to have a steak later. We're not really that concerned. We find it entertaining. I find it entertaining watching these clowns, right? But it's not going to affect me. And people talk about the prices of things, of the inflation under Biden and so forth, how much the houses have gone up, groceries have gone up, all of these things have happened under Biden. And what's interesting is, if you price everything in Bitcoin, the prices have gone down for everything over any 4-year period, right? So if you take 4 years ago, what a house would have cost in Bitcoin, it would cost a lot less now in Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin has maintained and actually increased in purchasing power, whereas the US dollar has gone down in purchasing power. Let's see, we got local Hunter 38. How are you on this fine day, young man? I'm doing good. Thank you for calling me a young man. I'm retirement age. I never give my exact age, but I'll put it this way, I'm beyond retirement age. So out here getting a good hike in. I did this live stream earlier and I had my earbuds in and the audio wasn't that great, and I'm hoping that the audio is better this time. So if this one works out better, I might delete the other one. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But anyway, and there is a slight breeze, so that might get picked up by the mic. I don't know. But yeah, that was the news. Biden is throwing in the towel. He's quitting. He's kaput. He's done. Washed up. And Kamala Harris, I understand, is going to take his place. And talk about the B team. Talk about rolling in the B team. Whoa, she's a piece of work. Oh, by the way, speaking of teams, I've been following Caitlin Clark, and she was that basketball star in college that broke all the records in college. Just a phenom, they call him, a phenomenal player, and broke all kinds of records. Caitlin Clark, and she came into the WNBA and has been breaking all kinds of records there. Not only for rookie records, but also all-time WNBA records. Here comes that breeze, darn it. So anyway, last night she played in the All-Star game against the Olympic team. She was snubbed and not included in the Olympic team. And but she was on the All-Star team, and the WNBA All-Star team played Team USA, which is going to go play in the Olympics. And Caitlin's team, they kicked butt. They annihilated those dinosaurs that were on the Olympic team. See, the Olympic team, the coach said, "Oh, I want experience. I don't want the best players. I want experience." And so they left Caitlin off. Caitlin's clearly the best player in the WNBA. I don't care if anybody tells me otherwise. I'm not buying it. She's the best. She's the GOAT. And they left her off the team. And they snubbed a few other good players also. And so they were on this all-star team that took on the Olympic team, the experience, the team that's going to take on the world. And the WNBA All-Star team led by Caitlin Clark crushed them, just annihilated them, humiliated them last night. They eased up on them at the end because I think they knew that they were just totally humiliating them. And it was good to see. It was good to see those people getting their comeuppance. Because one of the veterans had made a comment. I think it was Tarasi, but anyway, one of the veterans had made a comment when Caitlin was coming into the WNBA that she was going to have like a rude awakening. That, maybe she put up all those numbers against the girls in college, but now she's coming to the WNBA to play against grown women, right? And she's going to have a comeuppance, and so. Not quite. She's actually come in the WNBA and kicked all their butts, and I think it's hilarious. I think it's super cool. But anyway, the breeze is really kicking up now. Let me go over here and try to get sheltered from some trees. The breeze is really kicking up, so it might be messing up my mic. I would normally have like a wind muff. I have a mic with a wind muff if I was really doing this serious. But this is just the first two times I've done this was a little while ago and then now. So anyway, I'm getting in here. I guess there's no breeze in here. So I'm going to wrap this up. So the impetus for this was Biden is throwing in the towel. A friend of mine texted me and said, Biden's done. He's washed up, finite. And so you just earned a sub. Oh, well, thank you. Local Hunter 38 got a sub. Okay, and I can't read real good. Nanto says, hello, sir. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. We live in interesting times. You cannot say other than that. It is interesting. We are in interesting times, and we'll see what happens. We'll see how all this plays out. In the meanwhile, get out and enjoy nature. Have a good time. Again, I'm having a hike. I'm wearing my Limmer hiking boots. Hopefully you can see them. Tilting it down like that. Very comfortable. And I do about a 5-6 mile hike here. And then I'll be up and probably cooking a steak. Probably going to cook a steak today. Probably a porterhouse steak. Let me know in the comment section what kind of steaks you like. I like a porterhouse. And let's see what happens between Harris and Trump. This is going to be hilarious. Trump is going to, I think he's going to really go after her. She's a piece of work. So we'll see how that whole thing works out. Meanwhile, thanks for tuning in. And if you don't already have some Bitcoin, get yourself some Bitcoin, folks. Go to CraigShipp.com/Bitcoin. I'll try to put a link in the description when I get back to the place. And you can learn all about Bitcoin if you don't already have some. So it's CraigShipp.com/Bitcoin. You get some of that, set it aside. You'll have no worries. Everything will be fine. Just let it sit there and simmer for about 4 or 8 years, and watch your purchasing power increase over time. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to wrap this puppy up.